There was a time when people believed that if humanity became more advanced, life would finally feel complete. More technology, more entertainment, more comfort, more connection, more freedom. The modern world promised fulfillment through progress. Yet somehow, the more connected humanity becomes digitally, the more disconnected people feel internally. Something feels missing now. Not physically, spiritually, and almost everyone feels it. You can see it in the exhaustion behind people's eyes, in the constant need for distraction, in the endless scrolling late at night, in the silent anxiety people carry even when life appears stable on the surface. Humanity has never had more stimulation, yet people have never felt so emotionally empty. Never felt so internally restless, never searched so desperately for meaning while pretending everything is fine. And that raises a disturbing question. What if this emptiness is not accidental? Ecclesiastes warned about this long ago. King Solomon possessed wealth, power, knowledge, pleasure, influence, everything modern society tells people to pursue. Yet after experiencing all of it, his conclusion was haunting. Vanity of vanities, all is vanity. In other words, humanity can gain the world externally while remaining hollow internally. That tension is becoming impossible to ignore today. People consume entertainment constantly, but feel emotionally numb afterward. They chase success but remain dissatisfied when they achieve it. They surround themselves with noise because silence has become uncomfortable. And maybe silence feels uncomfortable because it forces people to confront what distraction has been hiding, a spiritual void. And modern culture has become incredibly skilled at keeping people distracted from it. The average person wakes up and immediately absorbs information, notifications, news, social media, arguments, advertisements, endless stimulation before the mind has even processed a single quiet thought. Attention is under constant attack, reflection is disappearing, stillness is becoming rare. Yet throughout Scripture, awareness often begins in silence. Elijah did not encounter God in the earthquake or fire, but in a still, small voice. David repeatedly withdrew into quiet reflection in the Psalms. Jesus himself often separated from crowds to pray alone. But modern society fears stillness because stillness reveals what distraction conceals. And what many people are beginning to realize is deeply unsettling. Humanity may be spiritually starving while consuming more than ever before. The world feels full, but people feel empty. And perhaps that contradiction is one of the clearest signs of our generation. Something unusual is happening to the human soul. People are becoming emotionally exhausted without understanding why. Even those who appear successful often describe feeling lost internally. Celebrities, influencers, wealthy individuals, powerful leaders, many openly admit to struggling with emptiness, anxiety, depression, and meaninglessness, despite having everything society promises will bring happiness. That contradiction matters because it exposes something modern culture does not want to admit. Material progress cannot heal spiritual emptiness. For decades, society believed advancement would solve humanity's deeper problems. More science, more technology, more freedom, more self-expression. Yet despite all of it, loneliness continues increasing globally. Depression rises, anxiety spreads, addiction grows, suicide rates climb in many regions. People are searching desperately for something they cannot seem to find. But what exactly are they searching for? The prophet Amos once described a future famine unlike anything humanity had experienced before. A famine not of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. That verse feels strangely modern because people today are surrounded by information, yet starving for truth, surrounded by voices, yet lacking wisdom, surrounded by stimulation, yet spiritually numb. Humanity has access to nearly everything except inner peace. And the frightening part is how normalized this condition has become. People now treat emotional burnout as ordinary life. Chronic anxiety feels expected, isolation feels common, restlessness feels permanent. Entire generations are growing up without spiritual grounding, while being told that endless consumption and self-focus will somehow create fulfillment. But fulfillment never arrives, because spiritual emptiness cannot be solved through temporary distraction. This may explain why modern entertainment feels so addictive. People are not simply consuming content for enjoyment anymore. Many are using distraction to escape internal silence. Endless scrolling becomes emotional sedation. Constant stimulation becomes avoidance. Because deep down, many people sense something uncomfortable beneath the surface of modern life, an absence of meaning. And Scripture repeatedly warns what happens when societies lose connection with deeper spiritual truth. In Romans 1, Paul described humanity drifting further from God until confusion begins affecting not only morality but perception itself. People become spiritually disoriented. They continue functioning externally while deteriorating internally. That deterioration is becoming visible everywhere. People know more, yet understand less, communicate more, yet connect less, display more confidence publicly while privately struggling with fear, loneliness, and emotional instability. And maybe that is why the modern world feels so emotionally fragile. Because beneath the appearance of progress, humanity is becoming spiritually exhausted. One of the strangest realities of modern life is that people are constantly surrounded by others, yet increasingly feel alone. Cities are crowded. Social media connects billions instantly. Communication has never been faster. Yet loneliness is quietly spreading across the world like an invisible epidemic. And this loneliness goes deeper than physical isolation. It is spiritual disconnection. People no longer feel rooted to anything eternal. Relationships feel temporary. Identity feels unstable. Communities feel fragmented. Even families feel weaker than previous generations. Humanity is losing connection not only with each other, but with meaning itself. That is why so many people describe feeling emotionally hollow despite endless opportunities for pleasure and entertainment. Temporary excitement exists everywhere, yet lasting fulfillment feels rare. People experience stimulation constantly without genuine peace. Jesus once asked a question that feels more relevant today than ever before. What shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world yet loses his soul? That question cuts directly into the heart of modern civilization, because humanity is gaining the world technologically while losing itself spiritually. And the consequences are becoming visible. People are emotionally overwhelmed. Attention spans are collapsing. Patience is disappearing. Meaningful relationships are weakening. Spiritual sensitivity is fading. And perhaps most alarmingly of all, many individuals no longer know where to search for truth. So they continue searching everywhere else, in success, in politics, in relationships, in entertainment, in identity, in pleasure, in endless distraction. Yet the emptiness remains, because the deeper hunger
was never material in the first place. It was spiritual.
The Bible repeatedly describes the last days not only as a time of external chaos, but internal confusion. Jesus warned that fear and distress would spread across nations. Isaiah described societies where truth would stumble in public squares. Daniel spoke of knowledge increasing rapidly while humanity struggled morally. These warnings were not simply about events, they were about the condition of the human soul during those events. And perhaps that condition is now unfolding globally. People feel mentally overloaded, spiritually drained, emotionally fragmented. The modern world constantly pulls attention outward while leaving inner life neglected. And over time, neglected souls begin deteriorating quietly. That deterioration rarely appears dramatic at first. It appears as numbness. People stop feeling wonder, stop reflecting deeply, stop seeking eternal meaning. They become trapped in survival mode emotionally, working, consuming, distracting themselves, repeating routines endlessly, while quietly feeling detached from purpose. And this may be one of the greatest spiritual dangers of modern civilization. Not obvious rebellion against God, but gradual emotional numbness toward deeper truth. Because numbness is subtle, it develops slowly through constant distraction, constant stimulation, and constant exposure to temporary things. Eventually, people become so absorbed in immediate concerns that eternal questions barely enter their minds anymore. But eternal questions never disappear completely. They remain buried underneath the noise. That is why moments of silence often feel strangely uncomfortable now, because without distraction, people begin confronting realities modern culture trains them to avoid: mortality, meaning, purpose, spiritual emptiness, accountability, eternity. And perhaps this explains why many people today feel a strange emotional heaviness they cannot fully describe. Deep down, humanity senses something is wrong, not only in the world around them, but within themselves. The external instability of society reflects an internal instability growing quietly inside millions of people simultaneously. A civilization disconnected from spiritual truth eventually becomes emotionally unstable, because the human soul was never designed to survive disconnected from its creator indefinitely. And that realization changes everything, because it means modern emptiness is not simply psychological, it may also be prophetic. Maybe the most disturbing part of all this is how normal spiritual emptiness has become. People no longer react strongly to feeling emotionally drained or internally lost, because almost everyone feels it now to some degree. Exhaustion has become part of modern identity. Anxiety feels ordinary. Loneliness feels expected. Endless distraction feels necessary just to get through daily life. Humanity is adapting to spiritual emptiness instead of questioning why it exists. And that may be exactly what makes this generation so vulnerable. Because once people normalize inner emptiness, they stop searching for what can actually heal it. They begin treating symptoms rather than causes: more entertainment, more consumption, more stimulation, more noise, yet none of it reaches the deeper hunger underneath. Ecclesiastes warned that the eye is never satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. Human desire alone can never produce lasting fulfillment, because the soul was created for something beyond temporary experience. And deep down, many people feel this now more than ever before. The modern world is filled with convenience, yet lacking peace; filled with information, yet lacking wisdom; filled with visibility, yet lacking intimacy. Humanity appears more connected externally, while becoming more spiritually isolated internally. That contradiction feels almost prophetic. because Scripture repeatedly warns that the final generations would struggle not only with external corruption, but internal emptiness, a world drifting further from truth while simultaneously searching desperately for meaning. And perhaps that is why so many people feel emotionally unsettled lately, even when life appears outwardly normal. The soul recognizes what distraction tries to suppress, that something essential is missing. Not technology, not pleasure, not success, truth, spiritual grounding, connection with God. And without those things, humanity keeps searching endlessly through temporary substitutes that never fully satisfy. Maybe that is why the modern world feels so restless. People are trying to fill eternal emptiness with temporary things. And the frightening reality is this: the more spiritually empty humanity becomes, the more vulnerable it becomes to deception, confusion, and despair in the years ahead.